MC for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values, CMC global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
To the morning edition of the Laborious Insight here on Tube FM 96.1. This program comes your way at about this time. We are on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that is Saturday, at which time we are here at 9 o'clock up to 11:30. So let me say good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon, based on your location. And I'd love to say welcome to it, the morning segment. So very shortly, Ans will be joining me, and our team of panelists will also be here, and together we're going to be running you straight up to 11:30. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm seeing Madame Vittoria Sanduro. Yes, she's in the back. She's in the back. So it was a great weekend. I don't know from your end, but it was a great one for me. It was a great one to still be counted, amongst the many lives. So it was a great weekend. But how be it, uh, whatever way you spend the odds, I would love to say that's it. If it was good, that's fine. If it was not, hope that it will be a good one very soon or this coming weekend. Today is the 9th, that's the third month, and the year stands at 2026. Let me say hands up to the men and women that are on duty at about this time. Let me say hands up to the nurses around, and then you are in tune to the political lodge. From where you join us, help us to share the life, help us to share the show, invite someone to watch along with you, and that keep running it up to 11:30. So, Madam Sinduru, let me say from my end, good evening to you. How are you doing?
saying Henry, I got it right.
Yes.
Oh, because it always ends with Henry. So I'm like, okay, now I know who is Henry. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing okay. What's about you?
I'm trying. I'm trying. Thank you so much for initiating the show today by coming on. I got confused because we have a time change. So usually we spring ahead, 1 hour ahead, and doing the
Yeah.
fall, doing spring, and then doing the fall, we fall behind. That's how I remember it. So far, we go behind 1 hour, and doing the spring, we spring ahead 1 hour. So I kind of confused. Like, okay, where am I? Am I late or early? So I think I was early, but your time don't change. So I was kind of a little confused. But thank God you came on here, and
Yes, you
maybe your
was you was
weekend, yeah. Mm-hmm.
you were on path. You were actually on path, and then
Right,
you were on time. I saw you in the back. Was I was waiting. I was waiting for Ansu.
right.
Yes, he wanted to get a cup of tea, to, to to keep awake, on the Monday to start. So I was just like awaiting him a little bit, but he's around. He's always around. I'm getting a singular that he's around. So I don't know what exactly happened in Banga, but Banga, I'm seeing a huge fire outbreak. Yeah, somewhere there in Banga is not easy. The citizens, they are helping to post some of the goods outside from the nearby store.
Hmm.
I mean, a very huge fire outbreak somewhere there in Banga. I don't know if there's those substations as it comes to the Bureau of Fire Service so that they can reach out. I don't know. It's a very huge one. I don't know
That's
if any.
that's not a good way to start a week. That's
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
yeah, yeah. I know. Mr. Nangwe, how are you?
Hey, how are you, Henry? Madam Chair, how are you?
I'm fine, Mr. SG. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to be with you all, and happy new week,
Thank you.
um, and happy new start time again. I think.
I know, right?
I think Monrovia is still fixed. We are the ones who, yeah, we moved up 1 hour or so, but I myself, I forgot. I started looking for the show. Around 4 o'clock here, which would have been 7 o'clock our
Mm-hmm.
time. So then I reminded myself and I said, "Oh, it's still too early." So, but anyway, it's good to be here.
Yes, it is actually good to be here. So of recent, we saw letters from the PL, congratulating the team, the party on the 1 year anniversary, and congratulating all executive members. Uh, how was it? How was it from your end, Mr. Nangwe, Madam Sandulu? You saw the 1 year of the party. Can, can we give you a startup while we are waiting answer to come? And while we engage some of these national issues and talk mostly about the CMC.
Yeah, as for me, I think it's a whole week celebration. And
Okay.
y'all know, usually I photo place and I did my part. I've been really rejoicing and the long time ago challenge, to play the song and I did that and I'm so happy. I'm really so happy because I'm getting the momentum. Ever since we started, I can't believe it's 1 year now and things are just falling in places. Things are falling in places and things are going very, very well. So we are celebrating and the celebration going to continue. And we hopefully we might schedule a bigger one. Yeah, it's something that we're going to discuss, as executive members and see if we can have a grand celebration. We are making sense and it's awesome. It was a busy weekend though, but yeah, it was a nice weekend to celebrate the CMC.
So
And
as for me, if nothing makes me happy over the weekend, that was a happy time for me, to see the CMC Putin, 1 year, being working, being engaged with issues,
mhm.
analyzing issues, it brought a lot of excitement and happiness to me. Yes, that which I was very, 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 very grateful for because other parties will come around, but somebody will say it's not but just coming, how consistent you are, or better still, you are going to be, and which of course CMC has mustered the courage to do that, to stay in the gap, to be on the government back at times, to checkmate the government, they are going wrong, and to speak on behalf of the citizens at times. So it brings a lot of happiness to me, and I look forward to see to see some of these things happening at many times. As the CMC can do it. Yeah, so it brought happiness to me, and we're looking forward, for many more. Yes, Mr. Nangwe.
Yes, Henry. You and Vicky are right. It has been a weekend of reflection. Just kind of reflecting on what we've done just in 12 months. And thanks to our friend Jacob Jala, who is out on Spoon, also working for the party and spreading the message. But he listed just a few, right, within a span of 12 months. The CMC has undertaken the Tomia Memorial Bridge over the wide river in Yonsia Town, Nimba. I hope I'm saying it right.
Mhm.
And this region has never seen a bridge nor a motor road since God made earth.
Mhm.
Um, then there is the Dam Bowen Memorial Bridge built over the Ya River. I think it's the biggest bridge in Nimba.
Hmm.
Uh, that bridge is under, I think it's already been built. We've seen pictures of it. Then there is the Prince Johnson Memorial Bridge built over the Zanle River in District 5. Of course, the Ya River is in District 8. Remember now, the political leader is only in District 7, right? But he's doing work in District 8, in District 5. Then there is the Law Plate Bridge. This also is in is between District 6 and 7. This is where Mark Blair, the former senatorial candidate, is from. There are more than 600 bridges built over the Zao Bao and new roads which traverse swamps. Then in Bang, we have the Banga City linking the Jokwemu or Brooklyn Community Lofa Road. Then, of course, there is the famous Jaw River Bridge, which the PL himself reminded us is under construction now, and the work has already begun there.
The devil is a liar.
Yeah,
The devil is a liar. We'll talk about our breaches.
I know that Samuel Boge and Suseko are trying to choke me, but you know. So then we have the Tiawangonglo Bridge, which is already being built. And then we know two weeks or so ago, the PR was in Cape Mount, also made commitment, for is it a Mahi? I believe Mahi Bridge somewhere back there. We know there is the school building that is being built in Margibi County. We know there is the school fees assistant that will render to the community college, I believe in Nimba. Then there is the loan program that the CMC promised to launch for the Nimba women to empower the market women. Also, similar thing to be done in Kema. So we're just reflecting on what has happened over 12 years, and we have advised our guys in the tech room. We should begin to tally these. And it will be a good thing to put a taker on the program here as we are on air. To see those projects scrolling and let people keep track of what we've done over 12 months. But these are some of the things we've been reflecting on. How much momentum we brought into the space. Um, how much we've changed the paradigm of politics. Right now in Liberia, politics is about developing now. It is difficult now to just come into space and come with muya muya or yo and promise people I will do this, I will do that. No, people want to see now what you're doing. So we are redefining politics in Liberia. The CMC is, thanks to the team, thanks to the political leader. We know because of what we're doing. Remember, we were in Cape Mount. We wanted to do the bridge there, I think, back in July.
Yeah.
So the Bodo kind of brought the cops. They went in there. They made so much fuss about the place. We left. That bridge has not been touched. Bapulu. Tell my wife, she just reminded me that was Bapulu. And we know also that because of what we've done, the vice president was in Grand Leader was in the southeast, so was the political leader. We are not into the crowd politics. We'll leave it to other people to talk about it. But the reports are all over the place that our crowd actually dwarfed the vice president's crowd. Again, we're not into crowd politics. But we do know that because of what we're doing, the vice president hand was forced to make a promise, a pledge to the people of the Southeast that if the road is finally not paved, finally, I'm from the Southeast. I know a thing or two about that road. During the rainy season, from Ganta going down, we are cut off from the rest of, the upper counties. The vice president has roots in the Southeast. He knows about that. He's been in the House, in the Senate. He was Ways and Means chairperson. They appropriate the budget. They know where to put the money, how to spend the money. He did not know anything about that role until the CMC decided. We would tell our people in the Southeast that they are a part of Liberia, and we will connect them to the rest of the country. So now he went there and made a commitment. Oh, if we don't fix this road, don't vote for us again 2029. Well, okay. So that is good. I can tell you that my representative who represents me in my part of Barobo, Maryland, where I'm from, he got into the brick business too. And I think he means well, Austin Taylor. He built a bridge on one of the major roads that our people use to go from Barobo to Harper. Where we go, that's our part of capital of the county. That bridge collapsed, you know. Whatever the reasons are, and I'm not faulting him, but you might want to talk to Musa and get some pointers on how to get it done because that's our area, right? That's our area of expertise. Again, I'm not knocking on Austin Taylor. He's a young brother. I have a lot of respect for him, and I know he does have a lot of respect for me. But I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with, getting advice to people who have done it and know how it is done. But, he put up a bridge that I believe is reportedly costing about $6,000 to build. That bridge collapsed. But this is what the CMC is doing. So we are now introducing into the country development politics. If you want to represent us, if you want us to vote for you, well, here are our problems. What can you do now? How much of it can you address now? And then based on that, we can write a contract. You do this part of it for us. When your time comes in 2029, we'll vote for you, and then you can come back and do the rest for us. So again, I tend to be windy, but we have been reflecting all weekend, just talking among ourselves and looking back and looking at what we've done. I was just looking at the taker on our website. We're almost 80,000 now. Members we've recruited. These are people who have signed the recruitment form. So happy first anniversary to CMC, and the political leader said, we're just starting the road. This is just the beginning of the road. He wrote a number of several pieces over the past few days. You talked about that 1 year anniversary letter. We know he also wrote his usual letter from Saclay Pier. We'll probably talk about that, talking about politics, truth, and the mind of the ordinary people. Why not to overpromise when you're in opposition? I think we will talk about that. He also did an open letter to the president, where he's providing his expert advice based on his lived experience in the petro industry business. I hope we'll have time to talk about it. As I was getting ready to come on, apparently he's proposing 4 very powerful instruments to the House, ranging from the establishment of a credit bureau. Sure, Vicky here knows a thing or two about credit bureau. This is the clearinghouse for all of us here. You want to buy something, they will pull your credit and see whether you are credit worthy. Based on that, they will structure your loan, even your interest rate and all of that. But this is how developing countries and developed nations, this is how we do business. Nobody's go to the store and carry 5,000 cash in their pocket. No, nobody does that. But that's how we do in Liberia. That's why so many people, in Liberia, they are unable to, afford basic necessity. Here you even want to buy, an ice box or whatever. You can go to the store and take a credit on it and pay for it over time. They give you time, So again, it is good to be with you all. Thank you for the show for today, Vicky. Back to you. You're muted, Vicky.
Thank you so much, Mr. Langway. Thank you so much. You touched base on everything, and I like the pieces. Yeah. Speaking of the celebration or the letter that the PA wrote, it was kind of touching too. Yeah, I kind of feel it, especially the one to the union. Yeah, he talked about. I like how he talked about. He started by appreciating people, everyone. I mean, that's the kind of person he is. Like I said, for CMC, everybody is somebody. Anybody is somebody. So he touched base on. I don't know how he does that, but he will remember all the way everybody by pieces, by by group, by by committees, by everything. And then after the appreciation, he came down where he also talked about what to expect. What to expect? He said he having a great 1 year, but what to expect? We got more ahead of us. And then he also talked about in what to expect. He talked about obstacles that there might be obstacles, there may be obstacles, or there will be obstacles. He's trying to say that it would never always be good. The road is not that it might get narrowed, and just things to expect, and which that's something that everybody expect when it comes to a union or a political party or movement. There has never been any road that is just clear and there's no difficulties and people don't go through up and downs. People don't go through crisis. So he kind of assured us and told us that things are going to happen, so expect this. But for me personally, with the 1 year, the reason why the 1 year worth celebration is that it's not easy to begin anything. It's not easy. Where we have reached now, I want to say like 80 or 85% of people that cross over within the 1 month, the 1 year period, are people that will stay. 85% will stay. Because from the very initial stage, people didn't even know who Musa Hassan Bete was. We only knew he was a lawmaker. We knew he has good heart. He was a representative. But then, with what people are seeing and what he had been preaching and what he had been touching and what he kept doing and his relationship, his human relation with people, his beliefs, and his inclusiveness, everything, just part of his surrounding, his circle is kind of equitable. It's just gonna impressing people more. It's just making people to gravitate towards what he's doing or towards him a lot. And from the beginning, it would be tough for you to talk about Musa Hassan Bede because you don't really. It's just like, okay, I'm just joining this man because maybe he believe in mine kind of align. But right now at this stage, 1 year going, with how we have studied him, with what we know, things that we didn't know, things that people have tried to convince us, like, oh, this man did this man do that he have come out to say, I have no hidden agenda. I have declared my assets and publish it. I have done this. I have traveled everywhere the world, all over the world. If I did something, if I owe FIFA this, why can't this happen? Oh, coming to understand everything like that for a whole 1 year, where people say, oh, he's Manigo, he's going to change the country to Islamic, he's going to change the whole country to Muslim. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. With all of that, he has not proven any of this that is he of that person until 1 year. 1 year is 12 months. So you think it's now? And then I'm not saying that they have all been bread and butter. There have been some difficult times. There have been some crises throughout the process. For now that we have spent 1 year getting to know this man, at least 1 year getting to know this man, I know there may be difficulties, but I think that 85% to 90% people that are with the CMC now will continue with the CMC, because I feel that the most difficult part are parts where it was hard for you to talk about Musa Hassan Bediti. Musa Hassan Bediti now he's somebody that is easy to talk about because look at what he's doing. So I just want to appreciate everything, and that letter kind of was really satisfying, and And according to what we see, everything that man says is what he's doing. He's not giving. It's not a rhetoric. He's not giving rhetoric. He's not politicizing anything. He's just saying what he's doing and what he know. So that's just awesome. This 1 year, it was celebration, and we're going to continue to celebrate that. Thank you.
Absolutely, Vicky. Thank you. Quickly about the letter. In one of the paragraphs, he says, "This year was only the preparation. This
Yes.
year was only the preparation. We have only begun to understand the field before us."
Mhm.
Yeah. So this year basically was a preparation, preparing us. We're not getting a feel of what is ahead of us. So this year basically was to get our toes in the water. Now that we're beginning to get a feel of the field, we are now preparing to engage the field. When I met the Honorable Musa in April of last year before I signed up to the CMC, we sat down for over an hour, my wife and I, and basically this is how he laid out the vision for the first 2 years. We're going to use the first 2 years as introduction. We will introduce the
Yes.
party to the people. So basically, we're within this time frame. We're introducing the party to the people, put the CMC out there, let the people see and know who we are. After that, we're going to commission a survey to determine our next phase. And so this is going to be our second year. But before we do that, we'll come back to the letter, Vicky. I forgot here. Happy International Women's Day to you. Happy International Women's Day to first. Congratulations also to Dr. Richardson. She's one of our regular panelists here. She's a second grandmother. I know
Come
she's
on.
watching. She's just waiting now to see whether we forgot whether we forgot about her. So congratulations to Dr. Richardson. Congratulations to the baby. I forgot the name. I'll figure it out. I know it's a pretty lengthy name, but Doc, we know you're not here with us today because you're celebrating the arrival of your second grandchild. So congratulations to you and AB and the children. Happy second grandparents. Back home. I hope you're having a good time. But back to you, Vicky, and to Dr. Richardson, my own very wife in the kitchen here, who is snapping her fingers, making sure. My mother-in-law, she watches a lot. I think she's watching my Jeanette.
Oh,
She watches all the time. Happy Mother's Day to Happy International Women's Day to all of the women around the world. My wife, you, Vicky, Dr. Richardson, all of the women of the CMC. There was a collage I saw over the weekend of so many of you beautiful women doing so much for the CMC. So happy International Women's Day. And even women who have not joined on yet. I have a lot of women in my life, my in-laws, my wife's younger sisters. They act that they're not watching the show, but I know they're watching. They're watching. I know they will tell my wife now, oh, so you told me no, that's a joke. But happy International Women's Day to all of the women around the world, women of Liberia, women of CMC. We deserve to be appreciated. It shouldn't just be a 1 month appreciation. We appreciate you all for what you do. Happy Women's Day. So quickly, let me welcome some of our guests here, Vicky, if you don't mind. Let me welcome here Roberta Riches. Roberta is watching from Louisville. I'm not sure if it is Louisville, Liberia, or here in Kentucky, but Roberta, thanks for joining us. Our own Kelvin passed away, National Youth Chair. Kevin passed away. Kelvin is doing a lot of great things. I'm following you, my man. Congratulations for all that you and the team are doing. Clita Gilamatal, I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but Clita is watching from Jacobtown. Thanks for joining us. Honorable Josiah Tapewe. Josiah Tapewe is also joining us. Josiah didn't say where. Oh, district number 1 in Nimba.
that's my district.
Oh, that's your district. You
Yeah.
want to you want to welcome Josiah then?
Josiah, how are you? Thanks for watching. Please share the show, please. All right. I'm right here at District 1. District 1 all the way. Share the show. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah. And Corporal Kamara is watching us. What Musa like he can build a whole Liberia. He can never be president. Period. We'll see about that.
I know.
That's the kind of challenge we like. But couple, thanks for joining us. It's good for you to be here. Billeted son, my man, billeted son. I send you a message. I like to be friends with you. You send me a friend request, but they say you reach the 5,000 mark, so you got to expand your allowance so that we can be friends. I like to follow you, Mobility Song. Thanks for watching, for joining us. And Nico, look who's watching. Miss Gussie, Rebecca Gussie. Rebecca, hello, Dr. Richardson. Dr. Richardson is not here today, but it's nice of you. Dr. Richardson took a family day off. She has a new second grandbaby, so she couldn't be here with us. So, Jimmy Doe is watching from London, the UK. Jimmy, thanks for joining us. We'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us. Please don't forget to share the show. I know my son Al is watching too. He watches all the time. So Al, if you're watching, we're here, man. We're making it happen. So this is the CMC corner. CMC, we're moving.
Yes.
So, but
Thank you.
back to you, Vic. I don't know whether Ensu and Henry they want to come in and say a word or two. You know, this is the CMC 1 year anniversary day. We are having a good time talking about the CMC, all of our experiences, you know, because the CMC is a sum total of our experiences in the movement. If you guys want to say anything before Vic and coming out, it's here.
Yes, Mr. Nangwe, just before Madam Sanduru come in, let me join my voice to your voice, to appreciate all the strong women in the CMC. It's not something easy, to be a woman and then to find yourself among many men, in the CMC giants. It's not something easy. There are many things to you for always putting up the challenge, for the teamwork, and to all of the women's, our own strong mothers, just everywhere, every part of the world. We love to say it. Happy International Women's Day to you guys, and let's keep grinding it together for CMC. Yes, so that's it. That's just exactly what I want to say. Just in addition to what Mr. Langwa said.
Uh, Thank you so much, Henry. So, Mr. Lambert, I saw something in the news chat, like a
Okay.
flyer. Is this something we'll talk about later, or do you want to talk about it? I think you share it.
Um, the bridge.
No, it was about the celebration. There was a
Yeah.
date. Okay.
Go
Those,
ahead.
those,
Go ahead, Vicky.
no, I mean, you share it, and I just wanted to see if it's something you want to talk about, or maybe we should. It's not confirmed yet. There was
Okay.
a flyer that you shared with, I think the 15th or the 13th of this month celebration. But okay, let's forget that. Maybe we can double check on that later.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to go back here, but go ahead. I'm trying to go back here on my notes and
Yeah,
see.
I want to say thank you so much to everyone. I want to say thank you, Mr. Nangwe, for the one the one wisher for independence women International Women's Day. I don't know why I said independent because people think like, oh, you women always say independent women and stuff like that, but it's International Women's Day. I want to say thank you so much. We feel loved. We feel so loved because we saw that our platform, we were everywhere. We saw the pictures of us. We were appreciated. And then to all women out there, I beg you, please. I too want to say, happy International Women's Day to every one of you. You know what women can do. One women in the house, one mother in the family, happy, happy home. So let's keep doing what we are doing. I know they have such word of women empowerment, but I see now that women empower everybody across the board. So men do cry, we just don't see the tears. So I see that the women, we got you men, we got your back. And it's not all just about women. We are there, we are your mothers, and we are your wives, and we are your sisters. So I just want to say happy Women's Day to everybody out there. And thank you all that remember to tell us happy International Women's Day. So that I just want to make that point. Now that Ensu is on, we can reach out to Ensu to see if he has anything to say.
And so you there?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Nangwe. Let me say hello to everyone, and thanks again to Madam Sandola. I say thank you as a part of the International Women's Day celebration. Say congratulations to all of you in the diaspora there for the CMC and making sure that the brand of CMC keep remaining in the ears of the people. Thanks so much, Mama. The video is so much on the screen. Yeah. Thank you. Well, good to be here on a Monday again on this platform after a very long weekend. So I great to be here to share this platform with you and Mr. Namwe. So people monitoring. There's so many things happening back home. A lot of things happening over the weekend. And again, we are here to talk about it and also throw light on the citizen movement for change anniversary 1 year. So thanks again. Great to be here tonight.
Thank you very much. And so I was trying to send this thing to you. I don't know if you can see this collage. I'm trying to see if I could. Can you guys see this, Henry or Ansu? Do you have that? Can you upload this? This is the collage of our beautiful women in the CMC. You know, it's just as we are wishing them happy International Women's Day. But I'm having problem sharing it with the chat room. If you can, you know, at some point in the program, please put that up. I know today the CMC website is also highlighting, in addition to our women, is highlighting our National Women's Congress chair, Ms. Alice Besa. So again, together with our women who make it happen in the CMC, Happy International Women's Month, especially the Happy International Women's Day. So you get it and you're ready, just alert us. But let's talk about, Vicky. Let's talk a little bit about some of the instruments that the PL put out, quite a bit of them. But I want us to look first at the letter from Sackley Pierre over every Sunday the PL writes, it just starts what is on his mind. So he writes these letters from Sackley Pierre. Some are about his very personal life, some are about government, some, are just pieces of advice. So this one he wrote, he titled this one Politics, Truth, and the Mind of the Ordinary Person. So the thesis of his argument in that letter is that no matter the fact that you are in the opposition, you should be prepared to give credit where credit is due. Even while you're in the opposition, if the government manages to do something that is praiseworthy, you should recognize that and give it the praise it deserves. Because his argument is some of these gestures, they deliver, very great impact to the ordinary people. Some of them, they appreciate the impact that some of these gestures have on their daily living, their daily lives. He said it could be just as simple as just a little road, opening up the road, which, might be very, very minimum in the grand scheme of things. But notwithstanding, that gesture could mean could make a difference, out of the difference to someone who may be in a road part, who just needs that little access to get the market to the road. So he's arguing that while we must hold the government's feet to the fire, we should be magnanimous. We should be, generous enough, mature enough to praise when necessary. We can't just be opposing and opposing and opposing. Then he said, because when you do that, the people begin to question your credibility, because they will be feeling something different in the villages, and yet you will come to them with a different message. So basically, you should be able to read the room and be able to understand what matters to the people. Then he also said, when you are in the opposition, you should be mindful of the kind of criticisms that you level against the government in power. You should be mindful not to hold the government to unrealistic expectations. You cannot be promising pie in the sky when you're in the opposition, because there is a very good chance that you could win tomorrow, and then you begin to struggle delivering on those promises that you were making, for which you were constantly battling, the government in power. And he said, case in point is the current government. They criticized the former government on almost everything, and they made so many promises of things that they would do. And now that they are in power, they are struggling under the weight of their own promises. And so he was cautioning politicians, be mindful of your conduct as an opposition political figure. One, be ready to criticize when it is necessary, but also be ready uh, to appreciate when appreciation is due the government in power. Why? Because what you might think of as inconsequential may very well be the difference, between life and death for the ordinary person in the village. So that person is appreciating why you are, on the other hand, you're downplaying whatever gesture that may have occurred, and so there is then bound to be a mismatch between the expectation of the constituent and you, the opposition politician. So you should also be able to, you should be in tune with your people, understand what they appreciate, and appreciate with them if they're appreciating, and then you will criticize where it hurts them and where they're being neglected. So those are the two major things I took from that letter. I don't know, Vicky, whether you read it or you want to go. Say if you didn't read it or if you forgot some of it, whatever it is. But if you want to make an input before we move on to something else.
Yeah, I kind of, it was a busy weekend, but I was able to skim through that.
Yeah. Mm.
And yeah, importantly, what you said about, I got that point where it's not always about, politics.
Right.
So sometimes, and the key point there that you just stressed, I feel that you stressed, and you said the reason he gives to that is valid. Where he said it's about the same people. So if you see the people that you're looking to serve, or that you're serving, that you so much believe in, that everything that we're doing is for the people. If you see them celebrate with them. If they're crying, that's what he's just saying.
Yeah.
Come on. If they're crying, cry with them, and advocate on their behalf, and see to it that they are not hurt. So, but then if they are not hurt, the same people that we all trying to serve, if you see them celebrating, you should also celebrate with them, which is okay. I mean, it's always okay to say to your opponent or your opposition or your somebody that or your competitor. It's always okay to give them verbal praise or to say something when they do right. But it's just that that can happen, and you can be appreciated in a setting where there's maturity. But I know that the Unity Party is what they are a ruling party right now. But I can say at least 65 to 70% of them, I don't think they understand what that is. For you to actually praise them when they do something good, I'm not saying because of that we shouldn't do it, but they don't get it. They don't get what it is. So the moment you try to be like, oh, I think this one was right, or that, oh, your own political party said that we are doing good. So then why are you running? Oh, your own maybe the Mr. Language, say your own global SG said we are doing good. So what do you have to say about it? Then why should you guys continue with your party, and what people don't understand? And I already know that a lot of them do it, out of ignorance. So, but it's always good to say the right thing. If your opponent or competitor does the right thing, it's always good to just acknowledge that, which is a good thing to do. It's civilized to do that. And and another thing is, every time the letter of secretary comes, the PR will always like just give some experiences. When he talked about the time he was in school and he had to report news, and then I think he was corresponding or something. I don't know what was the position in school, but he spent so much time, you know, listening to BBC or VOA,
Yeah.
and gathering information and compiling them and getting himself prepared for the very next the next year of school or the next time he's supposed to report, and he goes on campus and make that report. And mind you, he's doing that. It's not even part of his homework. That's what he said. He
Yeah.
also had to study his license. So I know it's a good experience, but again, he's trying to say something to us. It has to do with commitment. It has to do with a man that does not stop anything halfway. It has to do with dedication. You got to be dedicated to something to be able to do, to succeed. So, and my late father used to tell me, if you want to be a president, even though now I don't know if it's still the same now, if you want to be a president or anybody, you start building, you start campaigning from the time you were born. So this man has started campaigning long time ago with commitment, with being real, and being honest, and actually being dedicated too. So I know it's part of his experience, and it's fun to share that. But there's a license in that. There's a moral license in that he wants us to pick. That is, I don't leave anything halfway. When I say I'm going for this, I'm going for it. When I say I want this for my people, I want it. When I believe in sacrifices, if I say I'm sacrificing for my people, I will make that sacrifice. Imagine him just being a high school correspondent. I don't even know if you were in high school by then. But then he kept that commitment. He make it his priority, where he will gather in the night and compile information from listening from BBC and doing that. So he's somebody that will prioritize the best. So he's trying to say that's how he has always been, and this is the kind of person he is. So we can count on him. When he said he wants to change Liberia, we should count on him, Liberian people, that yes, he can do it. He never left anything halfway. That's how he has always been. So I took that part with me from the letter. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Vicky. Thank you very much. I mean, when he was narrating that experience, I harken back to my days in high school. I remember, for him, he was a journalist, but for I was a student, student activist, student politician. But you had to be up on your game, when you came into whether it was Tottenham High School, you came into the we usually assemble either around the gym, or somewhere in the hallway there. Or you went to university campus, you were high school, and we'll go and hang out with, Anthony Kessley now, the late Will Gabi Tapia, Samuel Kofi, they were there at the University of Liberia. You go at the student center, you got to be able to hold your own. And so, yeah, we will listen to the BBC Focus on Africa. You listen to BBC Network Africa in the morning. You listen to VOA. You have to be on your. Sometimes we'll even listen to Radio Deutsche Welle. AP News, AP France International. We listen to all of that. I remember, just like now the war is on now. You got to pay attention. In '82, it was the Falkland War. I think Britain and Falkland, Ireland. That war, it was a major point of debate, and you had to know what you were talking about. So we stayed up late. We would debate among ourselves. So I understand when the people were talking, he was there practicing journalist. So he would scour all of the various international broadcasts and assemble, his news, and then go and read the news. He said right after devotion or something like that. They will call him up. I can just imagine scrawny little Musa Hassan ability, go and stand up in front of the student body and read the news. But that's what he did. And I think because of that, he's a very good writer. He writes very well because of that. And that's how these things happen. And for us, it made us on top of our game. I mean, we knew so much national and international politics. I mean, we could talk about any issue anywhere around the world, from Brazil to USSR. Those days was United, Soviet Socialist Republics. You had the Gorbachev and all these guys. We're talking all the big stuff. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate the PR for that, and because of that, he does these regular writings, and I think it's just like a piece of, walk in the park for him, a piece of cake. But he does these letters from Saclay PA, and like you said, he does them on every Sunday, no matter where he is, whether he's on the road. I mean, he did a couple here from Minnesota while he was here in the States. He does them from anywhere. So, but like you said, usually they are his own experience, or what is happening in government. Like for instance, over the weekend, like I was saying, he put out several pieces, instruments of communication. One of those was, we will go to them one at a time. One of those was his reaction to, the the Minister of Justice over the past few days, he decided he was going to get a subpoena from the court and to subpoena some records, from the Senate, so that the GSC could continue with the audit. He made a pronouncement, a public pronouncement, that he was going to audit the Senate. And then within minutes, he reversed himself. And not only did he not do that, then he went and apologized to the Senate. I have heard so many, various reactions from this. I read the one from Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, and he was saying he should never have apologized because the Senate now is behaving as though they are above the law. That it was a major transgression on the part of the Minister of Justice to disrespect them and try to bring them into disrepute, trying to audit them and all of that. And he was saying the minister should not apologize. So, on the heel of that, then the Senate themselves announced through Senator Koga that they are going to audit all local government administrations. The local government administration, the superintendent's office, and all these people, they want to audit them, which I think is a good thing. So the PL is agreeing with that call, but he's making the point, basically, that charity begins at home. If you're going to audit this administration, then, Honorable Senate, you should be prepared to submit yourself to an audit. And ever since he entered the House, that has been his call, that the legislature should be audited. So he is sounding out this call, and I know of us shared that. I don't know if you wanted to make a comment, answer any of you guys, how this is trending in Liberia. It looks like the Senate's own call to audit local administration may backfire because people are now saying, well, if you're going to speak from your neighbor's eye, right? You should first take the plank out of your own eye before you go to your neighbor.
Everything
So
starts with self.
let's talk about that in a few minutes, and then we'll move on to the next instrument, which will be his let's see, letter to the President of the Republic of Liberia. You two guys, I saw the other man answer with a bottle of Coca-Cola in your hand. You're all right back there?
For me on this topic, nothing much. I'm just waiting on to listen to the communication to the president.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, but we'll quickly move on that. But I think I don't know whether they want to say something, but I think it's
I just wanted to say that I wanted to say that is fair. That was a fair request made or quest. Because like the saying goes, everything starts with self.
Yeah.
So you guess if you want to do something like that, you should start with yourself, especially when there have been doubts and about how how things have been with the Senate.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, I will cover myself first, or I will start with me so that I cannot have any criticism about what I'm about to do. So that when question comes, what about you? I can be able to justify. So it's a good idea to start with. So I think that was a good advice, but I hope they sink in.
Yes, I agree with Vic. And let's recognize Senator Koga. I think this call to audit the local administration came from him.
Yeah.
I hope that he will follow through with that. And I hope in the process he will also embrace the call from honorability for the Senate to submit itself to an audit. I'm just I'm surprised that you have such big voices in the Senate as Edwin Melvin Snow, Amara Kone, all of these people are in the Senate, and I'm hoping that they will join the call because they have indicated on several occasions that they themselves they are concerned with the apparent lack of accountability in the House, not in the House, but in the legislature. And I was listening to the Honorable Musa Zambelete. I think he was saying from 2018 or so, over $300 million or so passed through the House. How? Yeah. So I mean, I know that in this current budget, they're getting almost $52 million. The 103 of them, if you were to just split that down the middle, that's an average of 495, almost $500,000
Mhm.
that each of them will be getting per year. Not to mention, several other things that are happening. So I just hope that the voices of reason will join the chorus, will band together with these calls that are beginning to crystallize, that the legislature must submit itself to an audit. We have to know how and why they're taking so much money from the budget. So yeah, if it will have to begin with the call from Senator Koga to start with the local governments, that is fine. Then hopefully, eventually, we will put a flashlight back on the house. And because if you have to do what they say, do unto others as you have them do unto you. So I think we should allow Senator Koga for initiating that call, and hopefully others will join in and support the call. Senator Moi, this is a challenge to you. Senator Nukwe, this is a challenge to you. Senator Tyler, I believe Ellis Tyler is he a senator or representative? I think he's a senator. You know,
Senator.
yeah. So all of you guys, Senator Abochie, this is a call to all of you. We want you to please uh, join in lifting that call for the House, the legislature to be audited. So we'll be paying attention. We'll be watching. You know, Henry and Ansu. Let's see if we can open the lines. See if the people want to join in. We have discussed the 1 year anniversary of the CMC, what the CMC has been able to do over the past 12 months. Maybe someone may want to talk about that. We have also talked about the PL's letter from Encyclopedia, appreciating and also criticizing where necessary. But you have to understand, your people. When they're happy, you should be happy with them, and when they are hurting, you should hurt with them. You should not be tone deaf. And then we're not talking about a call from Senator Koga to audit local administrations, which has been also amplified by the PL to include the very Senate that is calling for these audits. So let's see if our people will. Let me see. Over the weekend, I learned how to float your number. Let me see if I can, if I can do it now. These things sometimes when you think you hip, and then you go and try. But I was playing around with it, and
Oh,
and
there you go.
yeah, but I learned something else. I wanted to make it scroll down. Let me see if I think I know how to do it. Let's see. Slow normal. Let me try. Let's see if I can get it working. No, no, I didn't get it to work. Okay, let's see here. Uh, Scroll. Uh, yeah, I tried to this weekend.
I think you got this, Mr. Langway. You have to crawl first before you start walking.
I know, right? Don't be
Yeah,
too
you got
fast.
this. You got this.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try it again, but I toy around with it where I could make it scroll down. But Enzo and Henry, we leave it to you guys to take it over for a few minutes. Let's see what we get. If we get no callers, then we move on to our next topic.
So the monitoring, you can call us on 0776 9274 0776 9274 You listen to our panelists. This is a movement for change celebrating 1 year anniversary indeed. You've been following the 12 months activities of CMC so that you can make a contribution on the show here tonight. From the WEG, from the activities of CMC. What's your take? Call us on 776-9274-72. The numbers for you to call and talk to our panelists on the show tonight. 0776-9274-72. Yeah, so while we wait on the calls or quarters to come through, we can be flowing with the number. You still on the number?
Yeah, go ahead. And it's there, but it's scrolling. It's the same number.
Yeah. So 0776-9274-72. 12 months of full activities of the citizen movement for change, celebrating 1 year anniversary indeed. What's your take? What's it saying? No, for now the past 12 months. You can call us here on the show tonight, make your contribution. The other talking points you can also call
Is it too
and talk
small?
about it.
It's good.
Is that right? Okay. So yeah, let's see if anyone's gonna call. If not, Vicky, it's just you and I and Ensu and Henry. So and then we'll move on to the last two instruments. The third one is the advice that the PR offer to the government on the petroleum situation. The whole Gulf crisis,
Mm-hmm.
its impact on petroleum, and how that could impact everything in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, then just hours ago, he made a proposal, four bills he's proposing. I just kind of browse through them. If we have time, we'll quickly talk about them, and I think and that would be it for us. Again, Mr. Toby should have been here with us. I hope he's okay. I think Winston should have been here with us. Mr. Cooper, I hope he's okay. Also, I think Ishmael. So I think we were the team that should have been on today. I hope they're okay. Maybe next, maybe Wednesday, they'll be here with us. Okay, so answer it looks that we're not getting any calls, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
but thank you very much. Thank you. So this is an open letter to the President of the Republic of Liberia, and this was written yesterday by the political leader of the CMC. He said, letter to President Barker of Liberia on the urgent need for petroleum preparedness. This is the letter that he wrote to the President of the Republic of Liberia. Um, he raised a number of key observations in that letter. He started by saying, the crisis in the Gulf. This is not the first crisis, and so based on the previous crises in the Gulf, whenever this kind of crisis of this nature begin, the first casualty is always oil, as we are already seeing here. Iran, they produce a lot of oil. More than that, they control the passageway, the Strait of Hormuz, where almost about 20% of the world's, oil comes through. I believe they may have already closed that passageway. When that happens, it reduces the amount of oil flow on the market. And as we all know, supply and demand, when the oil becomes fewer on the market, the price of oil goes up. So over the weekend, I didn't know this, but apparently there is an artificial ceiling that has been set of $90. Whenever the oil price for a barrel of oil on the market, I think it's about it's about 40 gallons or so in that barrel. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it's about 40 gallons. When the price of a barrel goes above $90, then you have hit a new price increase, where we may never return to the previous price. And apparently, over the weekend, the oil price has gone over $90. I mean, everywhere in the states here, they're talking about it now. So the PL is saying that for a situation like this poses a national security risk to Liberia. And so his advice was that the government president should huddle quickly with his cabinet so that they decide on what to do. But based on the experience, he was proposing a few things. One of those things was one to uh, increase or begin to stockpile. All these major countries, they have the strategic reserve. You know, I didn't know that, but he said that most of the oil sitting in Liberia is not yet is not paid for. So they will pre-position the oil, and when you're ready to buy, you go to the bank, you pay, and then the bank will notify the holding company, and they will send a release. So he's saying the oil that is in Liberia, the government of Liberia should try to find a way to requisition as much as possible. But that will also require additional outlay of money, because in order to do these things, you got to be. But notwithstanding, most of these things, just like we were saying about credit and all that, I wish we would come to. Some of these things you don't have to pay up front. You can go and negotiate, but you can go in. What he's saying, you should go in now and lock in the price for the oil that is already available for a considerable amount of supply that will cover several months. Because this crisis is going to go for a long time, and because the price of oil is not going to be stable, it's going to keep jumping, because as the crisis continues and the prices continue to go up, today's price, which may seem very high, might be better. It might be a better price for tomorrow, and tomorrow price might even be better, for the day after. So it's good to go and lock in as much of the oil, so that you have sufficient reserved, and prepare while people are preparing themselves for what is to come. And so he was putting up. There are a lot of other good pieces of advice contained in that letter. So, Vicky, I want us to spend a little bit of time on it and talk about it. Basically, it's not just about the oil alone, but it's just about emergency preparedness, right? Even here, we all know when the tornado season is coming, whether the winter is coming. There's always some kind of emergency coming, and they will tell you, what to do in case you have to run. Maybe you need to put flight light, water, and all these things, so that something that will last you a few days until they can restore you maybe back to normalcy. So basically, that was the advice he was proffering in the paper from yesterday.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Nangwe. I just want to say that the letter is not the letter is not something strange. Again, that's Honorable Musa Hassan Beriti. I think a day or two ago, he was on Spoon. Again, he demonstrated, he explicitly kind of shared what to do as an economist. He also gave advice. He displayed the the idea or the ideology, what to do. And the thing about him is when he educating, he's a selfless kind of leader. Other people will be like, oh, I will keep this strategic, planning, or I will save my idea to myself when I become president and I can explore it. But Musa Hassan really spent time. He's not that one political leader that will just go and condemn the government. He will tell them that I think if we do this, this will be this. It will be better. Need one opposition political party leader that will tell you, that will kind and actually display, strategies, what to do for you to be successful. For me, I'm not an economist, so I don't know how the whole oil thing works. But I'm just saying what I think he's doing good, and I know he's doing good. Mr. Musa Hassan Bede a day or two ago on Spoon TV, he was literally teaching things that he had ideas on, like he had knowledge on. He told the Liberian people what to do. If it was me, I would do X, Y, and Z. And other people was calling in, telling he was doing good, what he advised on this issue, what he advised on this, and everything that he gave was something that was very explicit. He not telling them, say, oh, you guys are not doing this, you ain't doing this. He said, I think when we do this, we'll succeed. I think when you do this, it will be good. And he went on and on and on. He is so selfless. And that's the same thing with the letter. If you're telling a ruling party or sitting president, this is my letter, this is my appeal to you, this is what I think we should do to make things better, and laying it by, maybe by border points, and number one, let's do this. And he also talked about that collaboration. He talked about collaboration a lot. He stressed collaboration could be a one thing. I mean, in negotiation, what he said, the president should go and call these people and have a sit down with them, and then he even makes some comparison on other countries, and like Ghana, Nigeria, and like I said, it was a teaching or presentation. He even right there, he said, and the people look this up today. What's the gas price in per gallon in Ghana? What's the gas price per gallon in Sierra Leone? What's the gas? Everything like that. Why he strategized with the best way forward for Liberia. Somebody that wants to be president, that believes so much in the Liberian people, will not sit there and see them suffer. He said no, because if it comes on the Liberian people, it come on me. I care for these people so much. So be and me being, in opposition, it doesn't matter anymore. It's for the Liberian people. We cannot sit there and this happen. We need to improve the economy, and this is what I'm suggesting. So that letter he writing, this is what, ever since I started to know him, or I got to know Mr. Musa Hassan Benite, he's somebody that will actually tell his competitor what to do to succeed. But I hope people are listening. I hope people will put the pride aside and listen. He mean it for good. He mean it for good. So I hope the president will perceive the idea, in a proactive way, that this man is saying that we should do this to succeed, instead of, oh, who is he to tell me what to do? I hope that all Liberians will put their pride aside and, listen to the colleagues or the fellow Liberians for the betterment of Liberia, for our people. So yeah, it's a good thing. Thank you, Mr. Langway.
Thank you very much, Vicky. And yeah, you're right. Miss Ability is being on so many networks. I had another platform here contact me over the weekend. They wanted him to come on today and talk about this. His understanding of the crisis, and how the crisis will impact the supply of oil. As you know, oil everywhere, but especially in Liberia, once the price of oil goes up, everything goes up. The price of everything goes up. The price of transportation, the price of food, because everybody is using transportation to do pretty much everything. So a lot of people, I think, like you were saying, he's been dispensing this advice, totally devoid of politics, very non-political, but just giving his experience free of charge to the government of Liberia. And I posted this advice on my page, and actually I got some of my UP friends and they're telling me they agree. One of them told me, I told him, come and read and pick up your receipt. He said to me, a Lone Star battery finish. He ain't about the rest. So a Lone Star data finish. So I said, okay. So I get using typewriter to respond to this. I think it's all the exchange they give. But they themselves, I think they're surprised that an opposition political leader can be so generous and so selfless, to come and offer advice to the government. The only other person I ever seen do this is Gary Vargas Matthews. He would advise Samuel Doe, President Doe government, on some of the things that he thought he could do to stabilize the country, And I see the Honorable Musa Hassan Benite doing that, and I'm proud of him. I think that's mature politics, and not worrying about elections 2029. Right now, I think his concern is that the country This is a major crisis that is happening. I saw it just now on CNN when I was getting ready to come here, and they're talking about the oil crisis right now in the Middle East or around the world. There has been none like it in the entire history of the world. We've never seen a crisis of this magnitude, and so I think he understands what is coming, and so I think he's just offering his citizens advice to his government based on his experience in the petroleum business. I mean, that's his area. So I think a lot of people appreciate the fact that he could volunteer, like you're saying. Nobody asked him to do this. He just got on and decided he was going to do it because I think he wants the country to do well. There are a lot of people who suffer in Liberia when prices go up. We know when the price of gasoline goes up, transportation, the cost of taxi goes up, the price of bringing produce to the market, everything goes up. Everything goes up when the price of oil goes up. So I think he was just advising the government on what to do to prepare. Why people brace themselves because I mean here in the states, the price of gasoline has gone up by over I think maybe about 60 cents or so over the past week of since this crisis started. Everything is going up, and so yeah, a lot of people were really kind of impressed by that, and I want to join you in congratulating the political leader and the CMC. I'm sure most of it he put together on his own, but I'm sure our team may have also kind of added one or two pieces of advice in his position. But yeah, so he went on Spoon Network and talked about this. He didn't stop there. He actually wrote it out and wrote that as an open letter to the president of the Republic of Liberia, and he put that letter out. So I hope, like you said, the government will see that as a selfless, unbiased advice based on one man's experience in the petroleum business, and take heed. And I think some of the people are listening, so we'll see, what they do. So we have about 30 minutes, 32 minutes left on the clock. We were trying to take some calls. We didn't get any. Henry, any log with that picture, Ansu? No, that photograph we're talking about. Were we able to upload it?
I sent it in a news chat. I don't know
Yeah.
if it can be done.
Okay.
We can wait.
So yeah, if you guys can, just
Yeah,
what? Okay.
few
Why you?
seconds. Yeah, yeah, just
Okay.
few seconds or few minutes. When you will,
Okay. Go ahead. Take your time.
you will
Take your
place it
time.
out. You will
Okay.
place it out.
Okay.
Yeah, few seconds.
So thank you. The last thing is I'm not sure, Vic, if you're even seeing this. I myself, I'm still trying to digest it, but so this came out this afternoon. This is from the Honorable Representative of District Number 7, Nimba County, Musa Asambelete, on the introduction of 4 legislative reform bills to strengthen democracy and economic opportunity. So he is proposing 4 bills to the Honorable House of Representatives. Again, let it be known, these are proposals. They haven't been put on the floor here, but these are proposals, recommendations. I don't know the process. Hopefully, at some point in time, he will come on to talk about what the process is. But he is proposing uh, 4 instruments to the Honorable House of Representatives. The first one is the establishment of a national credit bureau. So he's proposing the establishment of a national credit bureau. According to his write up here, there is an urgent need for that. He argues that the absence of a credit bureau uh, uh, denies people access to credit on the one hand, and then two, on the other hand, it doesn't afford institutions that ability to to run a check on people's capability to pay. Thank you very much, Ansu. We just wanted to put up this photo. It was put on the website, the CMC website today, kind of recognizing and celebrating our women, our CMC women. This is a very beautiful collage. I don't know whether my wife here with a hat. I'm not sure.
You better make her up. You
I
better
got a
play for
mix
her.
on that, right, Vicky, before, you know. But I'm seeing the photo here. I see, as I know, I recognize some of the women. I work with them here in the States, but I also know some of them are back home,
Hmm.
But this is a very beautiful, the IT guys, I think they did a wonderful job here, just kind of celebrating uh, women around the world, Liberia, especially in CMC. So, happy International Women's Day to the women of Liberia, the women of the world, the women of CMC. Thank you very much, guys. This is good. It's really beautiful, and they did it in black and white.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is beautiful. You know, um, happy International.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is good. This is nice.
Yeah,
I see myself. I
you
see
said
all
you
of
did. I got to look again. I think I saw my wife, but I
yeah,
don't want to. I don't know.
the far right hand corner, the very
Oh,
last one.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
All
very
right.
last road. Hmm.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Present
All
last
right. So, but yeah, so the chief is arguing. One of the things he's arguing about is this credit bureau. Vicky, this is something we're very familiar with here on this side. Talk to us a little bit your own experience with this credit situation. What it does for you, how much advantages, and then at the same disadvantages. But we gotta talk so, right?
one. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's true. We gotta say it both ways. So it's a very good idea, brilliant idea. Again, this is a millionaire that is proposing an international credit bureau in Liberia. This is somebody that will buy everything with money, or will want to buy everything with money. So he's telling us that it's not about him. As for him, he can go to the store and buy. What about people that don't have the physical cash? That means they cannot get what they want because they don't have the money. So if now people start to buy things, based on how they lived, based on their credit backgrounds, or what they have paid for before, because credit bureau will put out information, such as, are you good at paying your credit, or I mean your debts? Are you somebody that have any, is there any red flag? Have you, you know have a debt before that you didn't pay, or you didn't clear? Have your collateral, been possessed or repossessed before? So, and then the good thing is he's saying international credit bureau, because I know people will say we don't have system for that. So for the fact that it's going to be international, the same way when you want to sometimes passport, you I mean, any other immigration thing, it
Right.
pass through embassy, and then it come from international, and then it come online, especially the way now our world is looking. It's something that if it was possible to pull it out internationally, it will be pulled out internationally until we actually work on getting our own system in place. And I think it's a good thing. I would encourage that too. And
Yeah.
again, it kind of aligned with the kind of person Musa Hassan Benedict is.
Yeah.
Other people, what do I care when I can walk to the store and buy?
Correct.
But it's not about him. It's about the Liberian people. It's about their success. It's about people. At least if you don't have money, you have good characters. You have good morals. So that should be able to make you to own something. So I embrace that, and I prayed that we can work on that.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Vicky. Let me just, in addition to what you just said, these are some of the highlights, some of the benefits that he listed here. He said the establishment of a national credit bureau would, one, improve financial transparency and discipline within the banking sector. to reduce the level of non-performing loans within financial institutions. That's right. Financial institutions have to be able to determine that you're credit worthy before they give you a loan, right? Uh, Three, strengthen the ability of banks to access borrowers' credibility. Same thing. The banks must be able to check you out and determine your capacity to pay. Expand access to credit for responsible borrowers, particularly small and medium-sized Liberian businesses. You know, there are some businesses in Liberia that are really very credit worthy, but they don't have access to loan because there's no determining factor that anybody can use to determine. Okay, you know what? This little block making factory here. We see there are about 20 houses being built in this neighborhood. And maybe this is the only block making factory in this neighborhood. It has this market, but they may not have the capacity. Maybe they need 4 or 5 block making machines, give them a loan so that they will take on the 20 houses, and make the block they will pay back. But that ability is not there because of the absence of the National Credit Bureau. So you're very right. So the other thing he talked about is the establishment of a deposit to loan ratio reform. And his argument is that, in Liberia, almost everybody who banks with the bank, you just put your money in, you get nothing out, So, so many, so much money is being deposited into the bank, but the loans that the bank gives out, they're so minimum, It's almost like they just take our money and do whatever they want with it, without really any kind of, major arrangement to help businesses or to help individuals. So he said that some of the benefits of this deposit to loan ratio reform would be to increase access to capital for Liberian entrepreneurs and businesses, encourage investment in productive sectors of the national economy, promote the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises, and strengthen the relationship between Liberia's banking sector and the national economic development. So he's arguing that people put so much money into the banks, uh, there has to be some kind of way to push the bank to give out more loans than they're giving out. It's like they're just holding our money and they sit on it. They can keep depositing. Here, there's the same thing. People deposit here, but they give out loan, and again, yes, they charge interest on the loan. They make some money on it, but they also they create the capacity to access liquidity to access finance. So that's the second thing he proposed. The third is he proposed, um, let's see here. Yes, the political party anti-defection reform. you know how we have all these black bag parties in Liberia, right? Everybody go through the election, some of them they get 2 or 3 votes. But then there are also instances where some people are elected on various parties' tickets, and then midway into their term, they jump ship, they go and jump. I mean, it's happening. It just happened recently at a UP gathering. I think we have 4 or 5 defections joining the UP. We had that happening. People defecting to the CDC, and some of the people who defected to the CDC have not defected again to the UP. So he is proposing that a bill be put forward for a political party anti-defection form. He said, if this bill is passed, these are the benefits: protect the integrity and stability of Liberia's political party system, strengthen accountability between elected officials and the voters who elected them. And the point he's making is the people elected you because they appreciated, say, the CMC agenda of development. So now you won their trust based on the party agenda. They elected you. Then you decided, well, I'm now going to join the CDC. Did you go back to the people to seek their approval before you defected? Uh, so there is a disconnect there. The people give you the trust. It's not your property to do with it as you will. And so you're saying here, you're strengthening accountability between elected officials and the voters who elected them. Promote consistency and credibility within Liberia democratic institutions. Yeah, consistency and credibility. And four, reduce opportunistic political defections that undermine public trust. Opportunistic political defection. We all know how it is, Vicky. Everybody wants to join the ruling party. I don't know whether you wanted to say anything about any of those before we move on to the last one.
Yeah. So just I just have a little to contribute to that. That could be something that would be very interesting. But the thing is, I believe every political party, I mean, in Liberia has bylaw or constitution. So I don't know what other constitution would say. I don't know if they say anything about that. That before you leave or go or cross over to another party, you should make it new, or there's something, or maybe write letter or fill out a form. I don't know that, but if honorable ability is actually looking forward to that, that means there's nothing in place for that. That's why it keep being random and nobody cares. Everybody just running all the place. Some people will actually go with the intention to use a party once it succeed and then go back. Maybe it's a party, the hottest party, or it's a party that can maybe provide you more funds. And that is not that's also is a rip off, and it also not is not a good way to practice transparency. So you cannot cheat to get ahead. So I think that those are some of the things he's trying to stop, so that people will be responsible. And as for the U.S., it's only two parties. So actually, when for example, when you're a part of a Democrat and then you decide to go independent, okay, for primary you say you go independent, and then let's say you win the primary. Democrat is not going to, you just going by your own race. Democrat is not going to put a vote on you because they say independent. If they want to vote for you, they will vote for you. If they don't want to vote for you, they will not vote for you. So because when you say independent, I mean you're not part of, you're not a Democrat. Everything that you would do throughout the process, the electoral process, it will be on your own risks. So the reason why Mr. Bese is stressing that is because people are not being responsible. People are being using other people to get ahead. They will say, "Oh, I'm part of this political party." The next thing, when they get what they want, I feel it's cheating. It's cheating to get ahead, and it's not transparency. And you know how he is when it comes to transparency. So I think that's the reason he's trying to push that. I don't
Yeah.
see it as a bad idea. People might argue that, oh, that's a democracy and anything you want to do or any way you want to switch, but you cannot use democracy. They say you should use somebody to get ahead or to cheat to get ahead. So
Yeah.
people need to consider that.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Like you indicated, it's a trust factor. People trust you because you represent it. You say you represent a certain agenda, right? And they like the agenda, and based on that, and let's not make a mistake. Yeah, there are some people who go independent, but there's some of the people who go in the legislature or are elected, on a party ticket, on their party tickets. People believe in the agenda of that party. That's why they elected you. Yes, they elected you too because of you, but also because of your party. You represented what the party's agenda is. So now, when you decide to abandon the party, did you go back to the people to talk to them? Most of the time, people don't do that. You just get them in the money. You see there is a big ceremony, and of course, our people put on the big propo, and then they go and announce, okay, beginning today. I mean, we know Thomas Fowler is one of those people. He was elected for years, represent the CDC, and then they decided to remove the speaker, and then he decided, you're going to support his uncle, and now I think he's heading the movement for the re-election of Joe Barker or whatever they call that. So there are a lot of examples. My friend P. Mike Jure is one of those. P. Mike, I forgot where he came from, but we know there was a big ceremony where they all wore blue. He and other people, I forget who all, they all joined the CDC, I think he's with the UP now. I'm not sure, but I know he's the Ways and Means chair. P. Mike, I think, yeah, and also my own representative, Austin Taylor. Austin Taylor went to the House as an independent. During the recent UP gathering where they wanted to raise 1 million or whatever it is to build a headquarters, they had a big homecoming. I think they call that a homecoming. Yeah, a couple of them, including Austin Taylor, they decided they were going to join the UP. So it's almost always like that. People join the ruling party and all of that. But yeah, people elected you because you represented to them certain agenda. So it's a right to just decide you're going to now jump ship. And do you know whether the people are giving you the authorization to do that? So I think this is something that I think is worth looking into. The anti-party defection bill. So the last one is the absentee voting system. He is raising the point that there are, here in this country they have absentee ballot. I'm sure you know that, Vicky. Some of the people who are in the military, some of the people in the Philippines, some in Liberia, they were able to vote and send their vote in. Mr. Ability is suggesting that we do something like that for people who may register but may not be able to go back to their district because of reasons beyond their control. They can't go back to the district in which they register, but they should be able to, they should be given the opportunity to vote. And he didn't say that too, but I'm looking at this whole diaspora voting thing. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but there's some of us who may be able to go home and register during the voting process, or maybe even register here at the embassy. I think we should be able to take part in the electoral process. Again, I'm not saying this is what the honorable is proposing, but I do know that he supports, the out of country voting. So I hope this is close to it. But yeah, we should be able to vote. I think we've been disenfranchised because of our proximity or our distance away from Liberia. And so you're saying some of the people are in that during election, they're in the hospital, even though they registered to vote, but they're hospital bound. They can't get out to go to vote. Those people should be able to vote. Some of the people, they maybe on assignment someplace, the government has assigned them, or those people should be allowed to vote. So he wants absentee voting to be introduced. So these are the four instruments that the Honorable Musa Ability put out today. Again, we're just talking about them based on our understanding. We hope at some point in time, we'll invite the Honorable here to actually explain in detail what he intended for these instruments to convey to the Honorable House of Representatives. So, Vicky, we still got 12 minutes on the clock. I don't know. I mean, now we have 11 minutes now. We can either chat away a little bit about the CMC, or we can shut it down, whatever you want to do. Our guys in the back. But it's been great chatting with you. I know you're very busy in Minnesota. You're a community person. Talk to us a little bit about what you guys are doing for Winfred Russell. I see,
Oh,
a whole lot. They had something, right? The primary.
yeah. So yeah, it's been fine. We've been doubling our effort on how we carry on the whole process. So as you may know, it's stages, right? So first it was the caucus, and we done with that aspect. So he was still on, and then just on Saturday it was the convention, and we
Okay.
went to the convention. And the good news is he both his running not running mate, is opposition or opponent. They decided to go straight to the primary. So the convention is the one that usually will prolong everything, because they're setting number like near 69 point something. If you don't get that number, even if your opponent is like 60 and you don't have 69 point, that 16, I think 69.5, you have to go for reconvention until one person reach that 69.
Hmm.
Yeah. So other candidates have to have another convention. They have
Okay.
to go for another convention. But for Mr. Russell, they both of them agreed that they should go straight to the primary, and
Primary.
that primary is coming up. That would be in August. It will be
Okay.
August. Then after the
Okay.
primary, now it would be the election in November. So the
Okay.
good news is, I would say congratulations to him, because he's all set now to go for the primary. The
Okay.
con- the convention aspect is over. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for what you do. I saw you. I saw Mohammed Ansadoleh also.
Right.
Some of our CMC compatriots. Helping out. I
Mhm.
met Mr. Russell. I think once during our installation in August of last year. It
Mhm.
was my first time meeting him. He seemed like a real nice guy.
Mhm.
People have their various opinions about him, but I just feel the fact that he's fighting uh,
Yes.
to put a Liberian voice at the table.
Yeah.
I think that alone
Yeah.
really kind of
Right.
uh, you know, uh, uh, kind of appealed to me. If I were
Mhm.
in Minnesota, I would probably join his team and go out there and knock doors. Yeah, we may have our Liberian issues with him, and I think we can sit with him and talk to him on our, whatever feelings we may have about him. But I think the fact that he's trying to put us on a map there in a local government.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you guys, I think you're making the right call to go and help him out. So the door knocking exercise, congratulations on that. I want to wish you all the best.
Mhm.
I hope come August, because I understand the primary over there is almost like the Philadelphia area. Once you win a Democratic primary in Philadelphia, you are the mayor.
Yeah.
It's almost
That's it. I think it's
it's-
everywhere. Once
so
you win the primary, yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
So,
So
and thank you so much for bringing that up. I will just use this platform right now to encourage everybody, all of our librarians. I want to say thank you so far for where we have come.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Liberians and other immigrant community within Minnesota. I want to say thank you so much for the support, and I look forward to you, please, so we can end this. Let us end this. The last time we were wounded down or out by 48. 48. I didn't say 48,000. I said 48 people, so we can double and triple that 48. All right, coming primary. So I encourage every one of you, if you are watching even from Liberia and you have a family here in Minnesota, tell them to get engaged and vote for Mr. Winfred Russell for the house. And I just want to say that shortly, and I will say something like, Mr. Nabi, what you said. People may have their differences, or different opinion about Mr. Russell. For me, he's somebody that's very resourceful. He always look out for the Liberian people. Things that Liberian they know when it comes to businesses, when it comes to other resources. He will make it known to Liberian people. He will spend his time and say, "Oh, there's an opportunity here. There's great opportunity here." He look out for the Liberian people. So it just as some people say, they don't look at him as a common man for him to be everywhere the place. But there are people, people lead differently. People
Yeah.
serve differently. Some people serve just being in the back and pushing for the people with resources and other. They don't have to come to your wedding. They don't. There are just different ways of people. People giving services. So we have to consider that Liberian people. It's not about Mr. Russell. It's about Liberians here. It's about the immigrant community here in Minnesota. Please forget about everything. Let have somebody to represent us. Let us have somebody to represent. Or the population we have within this Minnesota is too much for us to do this. Very quickly, last year, Independence Days, Liberian Independence Day, when we went for the ball, the lady, the opponent of Mr. Russell, she came there. She was invited. She's very, a respectful person, very responsible. She came there, and one thing she said, she make a plea. She said, "Liberian people, I'm not supposed to be in a position. What is going on?" She spoke to the Liberian people. She said, Russell's supposed to be to where I am right now. Why are you guys not supporting each other?" So that should be a license learned for us. That lady said we should do that. That means we should forget about all the petty things about. It's not about that. It's about somebody representing us. We need a representation in the house. Thank you so much. And thanks for giving me the platform to talk about Mr. Russell.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you very much. Again, happy International Women's Month to all of the mothers, all of our women, up to you too, Vicky, my mother-in-law, my Jeanette, my cousins, my nieces, my sisters, my in-laws. But I also forgot here, two of my best friends had a birthdays recently, and let me just wish them happy belated birthday. I know my friend Hifa Japa. His birthday is on on February 25th. He had his birthday, so we didn't have any show over the past few days. I want to wish him all the best. We came all the way back from Liberia together. Also, my friend Alonso Moina. Alonso, Hifa is he in South Jersey here? He's in Biona, and Alonso Moina is in Trenton. But we came from St. Kizito's together. Uh,
Ooh,
yes, we came from St. Kizito's together. My wife and I we got married in St. Kizito's.
wow,
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. We got married in 1992, so
Wow,
it's been
that's
a long
good.
time. Yeah, so yeah. But I want to wish them happy birthday. Usually we get together. I was only able to talk to them on the phone, but I want to wish them all the best. And I know they will be watching or they are watching now. But happy birthday, Hayford. And happy birthday to Alonso. And let me welcome my mother-in-law back. She was in Philadelphia with my wife's younger sister, two of them over the past couple of weeks. My Jeanette, I think she's back now in South Jersey. So I know she watches the show later on, if not now. So my Jeanette, welcome back. We'll try to find time to come and see you. My wife is Garmin, but she got married to Omen Balaze. I think you know that, Vicky. So
Yeah,
inside the Nimba family. But listen, it's been really
those
nice
are my
hanging with
family
you.
too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
my wife.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
we
wife.
are family.
My wife says that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, Vicky. It really been nice hanging with you. And I appreciate the fact that you came in. And let me thank Ansu and Henry in the back as well. Let me thank our audience. It's been great.
Mhm.
Thank you. If you have nothing else, any closing comment, then we can hang it up. We're almost 2 hours in. It's about 6:58 on this side, which I think is about 10:58 in Monrovia or so. Yeah.
Mhm. And 558 in the Twin Cities.
Yes, of course, in Minnesota.
Mhm.
All right. So
So,
Henry, Henry and Sue, when Vicky is done, you guys can come and shut it down. Go ahead, Vicky.
oh yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. Again, happy International Women's Day to everybody. I want to say happy anniversary to the CMC. It's a whole week thing, people. You're gonna get tired. It's a whole
We
week
outside. We
celebration.
outside.
Yeah. And for those of you that watch it, thanks for watching so much. Please share the show. Just continue to share the show. Okay. We love you all. This is about Liberia. Please join the CMC. How to join the CMC? We will always tell you go to our website. It's 2 click away. You are 2 click away from being a CMC member. And it feels good here. All right. It feels good here. So join us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Henry. Thank you, Ansu. You guys can take it away, and look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. Wednesday.
Henry
Have a
and
good
Sue,
night.
thank you so much. Thank you.
CMC for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. It's a man. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC for the people. people, CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better life. CMC, for the people, CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better life. CMC, yes, the time has come.